Well, good evening, everybody out there in Chester County, Coatesville, and on my doggone Facebook page. Man, I'm telling you, it is a beautiful day in the neighborhood. I'm going to say the neighborhood. The neighborhood. And as I was sharing with Lindsey, I'm having about a second or 2 second delay on my screen. So if things seem a little crazy, that's because of that. But be that as it may, it is a beautiful day in the neighborhood, and I'm telling you, we're having a Friday night special. Now, you know good and well I don't do Fridays. One guest, Tuesdays, but so much has been going on in Coatesville this week. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, the vaccination. We had saving pass down elementary school. We're having an employment opportunities. This is a fantastic week in Coatesville. We're going to get into it in just a little while, but you know I got to hear my theme music, right? Oh yeah, come on, somebody stop me. Oh yeah. Hey, look, all my viewers out there, you know the drill. You know what to do. I need you to get on your electronic devices and hit the share because you care. Oh, I just made that up. Share because you care. Come on now. I am a poet and don't know it. But look, I'm going to cue myself in. This is so exciting. Let's see what I got here. All right. Okay, we got them shared up here. We got a couple of viewers so far. Let me see who I got. Iris Holmes, it is always good to see you this evening. Stay tuned because we have a gigantic job opportunity via Ctdi. We just lost James Logan. I think James must be. That's enough. That's enough theme music. That's enough. Mr. Logan, are you still with us or are you multitasking?
I'm still with you, and I am multitasking.
Okay, man, stop playing, man. Stop playing. Hey, look, good evening, everybody out there in Coastal Doggone. I'm telling you, it is really glad to see you. This is the end of a long week. I'm telling you, I took one for the team this week, and but I can't think of a better reason than to do it for this. So now, you know, I always like to start my show off meeting and greeting people and giving shout outs. So if anybody would like to come on, don't forget, my viewers, if y'all have questions about this job opportunity, type it in the comment section. We will ask Lindsey and you will get your answers in real time. Don't come ask me questions after the show's over talking about fines or what about. You're right here. Get the source from the horse. Not that I'm calling you a horse, but you know they say you always get it from the horse's mouth, right? Bam. So you're the proverbial horse this evening. Iris, hit the share button. Hopefully we'll get some more people on. But look first, and I spent extra special time for you and Lauren. But since Lauren's not here, you and James, y'all got this whole show yourself. So now, Lindsey, what I want you to do is just to introduce yourself and tell the viewers a little about yourself.
Sure. So thank you so much for having me on. I appreciate it. So my name is Lindsey Ackell. I actually have lived in Coatesville since I was 3. My family still lives here, my parents, and my husband and I live here and are raising our daughter. So graduated from Cash in 2001 and, just couldn't get away. So I started working for Ctdi in 2005, and like I said, it just keeps bringing me back to Coatesville.
So now you graduated in 2001. That's when Cash won the basketball championship. Am I correct?
Yes, we did. Yep.
So now let me see if you can remember some other stuff. There was an athletic footwear store located at 215 East Lincoln Highway, and it's called Footstop. Did you ever venture into the sneaker store or downtown during that period of time?
I remember going to Footstop a few times in my younger years. Yes.
Yeah, yes. Well, I was the owner of that franchise. I brought that franchise to Coatesville in the year 1994. So it's good to see you again. Oh yeah.
There you go.
Hey, small world, small world. Now, hey James. Well, in case we got some new viewers, why don't you tell some people about yourself and where you got them nice glasses?
James Logan, city manager for this great city of Coatesville. And Fonz, it's always a pleasure to be on your show. And again, you are doing some tremendous work here in the community. Really do appreciate it. Thank you.
We're losing you a little bit. We're losing you a little bit, James. You may have to either get closer, stop moving, or you're going to do something. Yes. You got that sexy look going. You swaying back and forth. All right. Now we're going to get to the stuff. Now, these are some things we want to know, right? First of all, Lindsey, how long you been working at Ctdi once again?
Yeah, I started in 2005, so I'm going on 16 years.
So, all right. So then how long have they been in existence altogether? Because all of a sudden I hear Ctdi, and how long has it been in Coatesville?
So we were founded in 1975, based out of Westchester is where our headquarters are. But we actually moved into Coatesville in 2006. So we moved into what was initially the EB Games building. And we, have been here since. And we just completed in 2019 a huge expansion where we almost doubled the size of the facility. So now we've got just almost 400,000 square feet of space here, in our whole facility here.
Oh, I was getting ready to ask you a question, but it was getting ready to be a dumb question because on my list it said, what does Ctdi stand for? And look, right, that's what I'm talking about. Ain't that crazy? That's all right. Hey, James, let me ask you a question. James, how did you hook up with Ctdi to bring us all together like this? How did this thing form?
Good question. And can you guys hear me okay now?
Yeah, we good.
All right. So I came to meet Ctdi because, Fonz, you and I, along with, the county, have been working on workforce development initiatives in the city of Coatesville. And we had a very successful Urban Outfitters event a few months back, followed by one with Morgan Trucking Company. And Ctdi had always wanted to, I think, kind of expand their reach into the Coatesville area. And our paths just crossed at the right time, I think. There was Lauren with Ctdi HR department. She reached out to me. She said, here's what Ctdi is looking to do. They're on a hiring initiative, and they wanted to tap Coatesville. And we just said that, hey, it makes a lot of sense to us, them being a neighbor right up the road. And we just thought it'd be a great opportunity to work with them and assist them with their hiring events. If you've noticed throughout the community, Ctdi has their lawn signs, which, as you can see right behind me right here, we have those throughout the community, just letting people know that they are hiring, and hopefully people are stopping, or if they're at a stoplight, they're writing down this number here, and they're filling out some applications so they can start the interviewing process.
I seen all those signs. I thought somebody was running for office because it is the political season. I was like, okay, I'll vote for them, but who are they? You know what I mean? Yeah. But that's okay. That's okay. Vanessa Alexander has checked in. Good evening, Vanessa. This is a very unusual time for us. Most people are always looking for us to be on at 8 o'clock. So I don't know what type of viewership we have, but I will replay this for my 8 o'clock viewers, so that's never a problem. So James, now, so what's your opinion on this workforce development? Has it been profitable? Have you liked it? What's been going on? And what kind of feedback are you getting from the other companies?
Well, I think it's been very profitable and very positive, for the community. I mean, one of the things that we are trying to do, as you know, we're trying to partner with various industries. Ctdi, as Lindsey mentioned, has been around in Chester County for a number of years. I happen to know Mr. Parsons. They're big supporters, philanthropists here in the county, big YMCA supporters and youth supporters. So this is the ideal company that we should be partnering with. We have a lot of young people in our community that maybe someday can work for Ctdi. And Lindsey is going to share with you some of the things that they do, which a lot of people probably had no clue of what they do, and some wonderful opportunities. So I think all in all, this is a great partnership, as well as the other companies that we've been working with. But Ctdi is a Chester County company. They've been here for a number of years, and I think it's just the right timing to partner with them.
Cool beans. So Lindsey, how has this COVID affected your workforce down there?
I mean, listen, when COVID hit, I mean, we had, a lot of folks that, got scared and, were worried. I mean, we hit the ground running with putting our playbook in place to make sure that we are, keeping our employees safe. We've got a lot of, COVID, things in place right now just to make sure, I mean, as far as temperature checks and, making sure, we're helping people with resources now to get vaccines, wearing masks, doing a lot of cleaning. So, we've tried to really, offset the fears of people and make sure they feel safe when they come to work. So I think that, over the last, year or so, we've done a good job with that. And I would like to think that our employees feel confident in that, when they come to work.
Okay, now I read somewhere where you're looking to hire upwards to like maybe 200 people.
Yeah.
Is that because it has grown, or is that because the workforce has diminished because of the COVID-19? What is the reason behind that?
So we are definitely growing. For anybody in the community that knows and is familiar with Ctdi, we've over the years done a lot of seasonal peaks in hiring. So, people come in, work for a few months, our business peaks, and then it kind of, trails off for different seasons. What we've done with our expansion is partner with, some additional business that we're bringing in. And it's allowing us, the ongoing, long-term, opportunities, year round. So, so our needs are really for expansion purposes and making sure that we, can meet our customer needs, which, so we're looking for long-term. And, again, we've got open positions right now that we, have additional business coming down the road. So.
Okay. So look, tell us a little bit about your job offerings. What is it that you're offering?
Yeah.
And we're going to go through the whole thing, the pay scale and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
in order to stretch this program out a little bit, don't give us all of it all at one time. So with that being said,
don't worry, Fonz. I can talk, believe me. No.
There you go.
So I guess if I can, let me tell you, I don't know if people know kind of what Ctdi does to kind of relate it to what our positions entail. So we partner with telecom and cable companies and now with, consumer electronics companies. So our customers here specifically in Coatesville are Verizon and Amazon. So what we do is we take equipment that's been issued into the field, things like cable boxes, or now Ring doorbells, or Blink cameras, or Amazon Kindles, things like that have been out and they get returned for whatever reason. Maybe they don't work, maybe they just decided to upgrade or change it. They come back to us. And so our employees in those functions are using test systems to go in and check the diagnostics of the equipment. And once we find out if it works, if it does, we clean it up, we make sure we replace any parts that are, broken, and we refurbish it. So when you see on, the Amazon site that says a refurbished, Amazon Alexa, that is coming from us in many cases. So some of the positions that we have, I think are, they are, testing and going in and really, working with the units. We also do forward logistics for Verizon Wireless. So some of our positions also involve, freight picking, packing, and preparing shipments out to end users and customers. So, making sure you're picking the product, scanning it into our system, making sure the label's right, where it's going, and getting it out the door. So some of our
now James, okay, yeah, it seems like we got a good thing going here. What is your vision and goal for the future? You want to partner with more companies? Are you reaching out to other companies? Is there anything that you would like to give us a little preview of what may be coming on down the road?
Well, we're very interested in partnering with additional companies. But one of the things that's interesting about, kind of lately, the partnerships that we've had with industries is that we all know that the city of Coatesville has a tremendous amount of talent. And I think what we're trying to do, or what the city's office, as well as our council members, we're trying to open up all avenues of these employment opportunities. When you look at what's happening now with COVID, as Lindsey mentioned, a lot of companies are experiencing actually, kind of shortages in employees. And part of that's due because of, some of the stimulus money that folks are getting, the extra $300, $500, $600, and it's keeping them at home. And as nice as that is right now, the reality is it's going to run out. And it also, in some respects, it makes it a little difficult for those people who will have to eventually get back into the workforce to get there. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to get ahead of the curve. We're trying to build these relationships and partnerships with companies like Ctdi to get people back to work, get them back there now, and have them start to build their careers if that's what they're looking to do, or at least upskill them to the next level of gainful employment. One of the things that you're starting to see companies provide, in addition to hiring incentives, is they're bringing up the actual wages. So we are working with companies, again, like Ctdi, that are paying fair wages. They're above the what we call the minimum wage, or the livable wage right now, and this is what is happening. So this is the perfect time if you're not working, or if you're looking to make a change, or if you're looking to get into a company that there's growth. This is the perfect time to do it. Coatesville residents and in our surrounding area, we just want to make sure that we have the resources and avenues for folks who want employment, or who want to build their careers. We're just trying to make sure that we have resources for them. So for me, that's a big, I'm a big advocate for workforce development and training. I think a skilled labor force brings in more industry, because they start looking at those particular talent pipelines. I also think skilled industry or skilled laborers bring in educational institutions, and that's what we're looking at. So all of this is really starting to have a ripple effect on the revitalization, the redevelopment of the city of Coatesville. And I'm going to share a phrase with you guys, or coin a phrase that actually I didn't come up with it. Senator Carolyn Committa actually shared it with me, but the city of Coatesville is looking more and more like a Renaissance city. And I truly believe that. And we're very excited to have companies like Ctdi be part of that.
Good stuff, good stuff. First, I want to say good evening to Mary E. Kyle. She just checked in, and Mary said, time to get these jobs that folks are trying to bless us with, and that is so true. Now, Iris Holmes has a question. She wants to know, this is for you, Lindsey, does CDTI have managerial positions open? Does Ctdi offer a pension plan and a 401 retirement plan?
Yeah, so right now we do have some leadership roles. We are looking for some manager roles for operations. We have some new business coming in. We're looking for a repair manager. The other piece that we're looking for anyone that maybe doesn't have many years of experience, but is looking to come in, is that we will need to be building our leadership infrastructure for all the new business that we're bringing in. So one of the great things about Ctdi is that if you come in and show you have a great work ethic, a great attitude, willing to jump in and get the job done, we are open and always looking for opportunities to promote people into that next level of leadership. So section heads, supervisors, most of our employees that work here that are in those roles have grown from within, not necessarily been hired from outside, but we do have a mix of both.
Good stuff. Good stuff. I'm coming up with questions as we even think. But is a police record a problem in getting hired at Ctdi?
So I don't want to say overarching. We do run a background check. Okay, we do require a drug screen in order to be hired. However, we definitely look at everybody's individual circumstance. So I would hope that nobody would, be deterred from applying without at least giving it a shot, because we'll certainly work, through that with each individual.
Okay.
Going back, I know she asked about the pension and 401k. We have an amazing benefits program, but we do offer a 401k with a company match and annual profit sharing as well. So for people that are, well, I mean, we hope everybody is, but are, working towards saving for retirement, we have a great program that you can get involved in, and Ctdi really helps to fund towards that.
Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, now does Ctbi, that's really hard to say sometimes, but do you guys ever partner with community projects, or how do you invest in the community, or do you?
So we certainly do. As Mr. Logan mentioned, I mean, our founders are very big into philanthropy. I'll tell you, next week, we are running our specific Coatesville United Way campaign. Each year we, go through, we do giveaways and food events and games and everything for a week long, opportunity to raise money for the United Way. I have to say, I'm so proud of our workforce here. The year before last, we won Chester County's Campaign of the Year because of what great participation we get from our employees here. Throughout the year, we also do other things to raise money for different projects and things within the community. We just did something at Valentine's Day for the Chester County Food Bank. So not only do we, love to do those events and, switch it up, something fun for the employees, but we're also always looking for new opportunities to partner and be able to, provide where there are needs.
Well, it just so happened I was at my doctor's up there and towards Exton, and they just gave a glowing praise about Ctdi. Matter of fact, my doctor was almost giving me the origin of some of the people that were there in the beginning, and so that was really good. So it just so happens that it was coincidental, but it was really good to hear good things about you. And my doctor's name is Miss Macaulay, I believe it is. She's talking about Dr. Parsons and all these people. Dr. Parsons has been my doctor. Well, he's retired now, but for about 25 or 30 years. Have you ever heard of him?
I'm very familiar with him. I have to say that the Parsons family, so Mr. Donald Parsons, or Mr. P, founded our company, and the entire family is just an incredible family. I mean, they're so giving and incredibly smart. Our company was founded by Mr. P. He was in the Navy. He retired from the Navy. He went to work for Bell Atlantic and had an opportunity to retire early. And he kept seeing that the equipment they were using at the time, they were throwing it away because they didn't know how to fix it. And he had this genius, engineering mindset. So he took this early retirement package, built a garage on the side of his house. He has 8 kids. His wife thought he was crazy, but went with it. So she's a better wife than I am, I'll tell you what. But he turned around and partnered with his son and just started going into the companies and saying, I can fix that. And they always tell the story. All right, Mr. P, over the years had said he would go in and sit across the table and they'd say, here's what we need fixed. Can you do it? And he'd go, absolutely. And they'd walk out afterwards and his son would say, Dad, we don't know how to fix that. And he'd say, we're going to figure it out. And that's exactly what they've done throughout the years, since 1975. I mean, to partner and continue as technology has developed. So, we have so many different areas that we support and so many customers. So I know not everybody recognizes Ctdi maybe and, knows it as a household name. But again, I mean, the companies that we support and partner with, I mean, Verizon and Comcast and, Amazon now, I mean, they're all household names, and that's who we're our customer base is.
James, that's amazing. I'm telling you, I mean, I went for a checkup and then the conversation started. I'm telling them about you being on the show this evening, and she just went right on out with it. Yeah, well, Dr. Parson, he was this, and that. And I'm like, yeah, sure he was. You know what I mean? I've been knowing him for 20, 25 years, but all I've ever seen him is in that office. I had no idea, man. But you give confirmation to that whole conversation that we had today. I'm super glad to have you on, and I'm gonna see if we can't get some of that money too from our projects. Ain't that something, James? I think you hit a home run here, because the biggest thing I heard about this company was the philanthropy. They didn't even talk about what it is you do. They talked about all the philanthropy. So I'm really excited. But James, I think you hit a home run with this one again.
Well, thank you, and thank Lindsey and Lauren, who's not with us tonight, but Lauren has been a tremendous help in making this happen and coordinating, just the the hiring event or hiring initiative that Ctbi is doing right now. I think the other thing that's really important to say is that we, as I mentioned earlier, we have these companies looking at Coatesville. Fonz, we're growing, we're changing things. A lot of folks are still wondering, like, what's happening in Coatesville, and it's hard to believe that people don't see the change. I mean, we have construction going on the 31st and Lincoln Highway. We have a train station project that's online. We have 190 West that just basically popped out of nowhere, and now we have companies like Ctdi that's also in the technology arena that's working right up the road from us. And I say technology because 190 West, many people don't know this, but they are now a Keystone Innovation Zone. And what that means is we have the city of Coatesville is being recognized as a technology light manufacturing hub now. And just by her presence, or the 190 West H2O, just by having that presence in the city of Coatesville, we can attract more technology, biotech companies into the city, and they can benefit from some of the tax incentive programs that are offered. And it's companies, again, like Ctdi, they also have a technology component that, partners with companies like, H2O and all of the smaller companies that may be in there. There may be opportunities to partner with them. So we're excited about that. And for the young people out there that are in high school or college, it's always nice to know that there's a company in your own backyard that you might be able to work for. I mean, Lindsey just said it. She's a product of this community, and she's working in her community. And a lot of people can't say that. When they graduate from high school or for college, especially college, they often will go and work in the states or in the communities that they went to college in. So it's always nice to see someone who went to school here. She came back, she's working in the community, and that says a lot about a company and their efforts to keep their brain power in this region.
Good stuff. Hey, good evening, Khalees McGivney. He has checked in. Now, let me see. Let's talk money. That's real. That's a motivating factor. So now we need to know something about the pay scale, whether you offer health insurance and life insurance.
Yep. Okay, so talking money first. So our base pay rate that we're hiring is $13.08 an hour. Okay, that's for first shift. If you work on second or third shift, you're eligible for a 10% shift differential. So you can make up to $14.38. But that is a temporary rate, if you can call it that. One of the cool things about Ctbi is that, we recognize that every day as you come in, you learn new things, take on more responsibility and things like that. So what we do is start at your base rate, but then once you've been employed here for a year, you start to actually get monthly pay increases. So they can be anywhere from 7 to 9 cents, okay? So once you hit that 1 year anniversary, each month your base rate is going to go up by approximately 8 cents. And I know 8 cents doesn't sound like, amazing. But when you start looking at that over the course of 12 months and you start compounding that year over year, you really get a chance to continue to grow on the pay scale and, take home, some good money. And again, then your differentials are applied to whatever your base rate is. So in addition to that, we also have a bonus program that we pay out each month. So as long as, the branch itself, has hit certain production goals, which again, all the employees are, contributing factor of, it could be anywhere up to $100 a month that, you could take home in your pocket as well. So, and then in addition, if you move into leadership or you take on more technical roles, one of the cool things that we have coming in with some of the new business is a little bit more on the technical side. So technical assemblers. So there will be a pay differential, for those folks. And that's a great opportunity for people that like tinkering with things, taking stuff apart, because it's getting into the different units and really getting into the guts of them, taking them apart and putting them back together. So, so that's from a financial standpoint. As far as our benefits program, our medical, dental, vision, prescription, that rewards program is second to none. They're excellent. And we have 2 levels that we offer besides just single and family. We also have, from a cost perspective, higher and lower deductibles. So you have some options there. We do offer company paid life insurance, company paid short-term disability. Again, we have a great 401k program. Other thing that I think that, sometimes we don't market enough is that we have an amazing tuition reimbursement program. And I'm a product of it. I took advantage of it, to go back to school after working, starting at Ctdi. If you are not sure what you want to do and maybe you're fresh into the workforce, or maybe you want to, explore something, after you've worked 20, 30 years, it's a program where as long as you're doing something which falls in line with what Ctdi does, and our scope is pretty big, we're talking business, engineering, IT, anything on the supply chain or logistics, anything in that realm, finance, accounting. If you go back to school, you can apply for this program. For undergraduate, we'll give you up to $5,000 a year for undergrad and up to $7,500 a year for graduate. So, if you're a working professional that's trying to go back to school, maybe, you're not doing it full time, but you're doing it part time, getting, as long as you get, decent grades, and you can basically go back to school and have Ctdi pay for it. Which again, I'm a product of it and I know it's true. So I really always encourage people, if they're looking for an opportunity to work and go to school, come take advantage of it because you can't beat it.
Good stuff. Hey, Wendy Whitaker has checked in. Top of the evening to you, Wendy. It is good to see you. Okay, I got a couple more questions, but now what requirements for prospective employees to work at Ctdi?
Okay, so honestly, number 1 is just being ready to work, coming in with a good attitude. Okay, that's number 1. We do have a really large warehouse, so we do want to make sure that, folks are comfortable with standing for the duration of their shift and, walking through the warehouse. The other thing is that we really want, folks that are comfortable with lifting up to 25 pounds, not necessarily repetitively, but being able to, because depending on the product that you're moving. But outside of that, if you come with that, we will find a role for you that fits your skill set. And, if you don't have computer skills, not a problem. You may never have to touch a computer if you don't want to. If you want to learn, our systems are set up so that we can provide training and, make sure you're comfortable on them. If you don't have warehouse experience, no problem. We will train you. So, again, because every day we allow, for you to come in, learn a function, learn it and then build on that. So, really, being willing and ready to work, and then, like I said, just being comfortable in that warehouse environment will get you in with Ctbi.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Fonz, can I ask Lindsay a couple questions? I'm just curious.
Sure.
Lindsay, first off, I know that you're not far from here, but can you tell our listening and our visual viewers where exactly you are located?
Sure. So we're at 200 Stewart Houston Drive. So for anybody that is, familiar, if you're coming out and you're going out towards like Aldi and Burger King up off of Airport Road, we're right past there. So by Harry's, kind of giving some landmarks, Zing. But so Sikorsky, where the Chester County Airport is, if you go past there a little bit on 30, Sikorsky is there. We're behind Sikorsky. So yeah, right there. So I don't know if that's enough landmarks, but again, I mean, pretty close to downtown, not too far, just on the other side of Valley.
And as far as transportation, we've been working with TMAC on transportation with Morgan and Urban. Is there something that maybe in the future you all may be working with TMAC to get some of the residents that don't drive up in that area?
Yeah.
Get up there?
Yeah, so it's actually, we've been having some meetings internally. So, I mean, obviously we are definitely working with TMAC to see what we can start to partner with. But we've made the decision as well that we're actually working on piloting a program where we just provide transportation. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of details right now to provide because we're still kind of working through logistics. I will tell you, James, that you'll probably be receiving a phone call from me for some recommendations. But what our ultimate plan and hope is that we're able to start to be able to shuttle folks from some central locations downtown out to us, and so definitely still working logistics, but that is one of our action items to try and continue to pull the talent up from Coatesville.
That's really nice. And the last question I had, or maybe not the last one, but one question. I was just curious about childcare. We have individuals, small families that COVID has made it very difficult for some of our families to work around childcare. What is your policy? What are some of the incentives or things that you do to maybe try to help families manage?
So, we totally recognize that. I have a toddler myself, so I mean, I know that it has been such a challenge. So I commend any parent that is out there, with their kids, trying to get through this unprecedented time. We do offer some, different scheduling options. So we know that sometimes parents are able to kind of split time, or we have to work with them. So right now, specifically, I mean, we're trying to be flexible with people. We have some different start times for our different roles. They could be anywhere from, 6:45, 7 o'clock, even as late as 8 a.m., to be able to kind of give you that opportunity. And then, the ending, anywhere between 3, to 4:30. So you kind of have that flexibility to be able to, get your kids. We also are offering, second and third shift roles, which we've seen a lot of parents have said, hey, it's not my normal, but I'm going to kind of take advantage of that because then be home with the kids during the day. We're also right now offering, we always have a Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. shift. So it's part-time, but, people are looking to kind of start, coming in at that. So that's kind of nice if you've got kids at home and, you can kind of switch off. The other thing is we are offering a weekend shift only. So, again, there's opportunities if you wanted to work other hours through the week, but, it would be signing up basically for Saturday and Sunday. So our thought is, hopefully parents that, somebody's home during the week, they can, have somebody to kind of balance the weekend. They could get in and work, hours. And that shift for the weekend, we are paying at $15 an hour.
Wow, that's great.
Okay, I got something for you, James. Do you have plans to actively help in any way as far as job recruitment for Ctdi?
Well, I mean, as far as the city's role and let's just say my role as well, my role is to try to, help companies like CTI come into the city of Coatesville, and whatever, resources or efforts to make that happen. Yeah, I mean, I'm certainly going to be, given 100% to do that. I don't, as most folks know, I don't promote one exclusive company. I think, all companies are welcome to the city of Coatesville. We're nonpartisan here at City Hall, so we welcome everyone that's going to help our residents as well as the city. So I'm going to always do my best to bring and introduce companies to the city, and whatever support they need to help get the word out about employment opportunities like this. Yeah, I'm certainly going to do that.
Good stuff. Hey, Anthony J. Pulliam has checked in, and our friend Uriah Cole has checked in. Some of my 8 o'clock viewers, they are coming in a little early, and it's always good. That's always good. So look, we actually are coming towards the end because I never eat before I do a show, and my stomach tells me when it's time for the show to come to a close. So I just got to growl a couple of times. So we're going to bring it to a close, Lindsey. We have lights out there in the city. You can pay y'all bill there. Okay.
Yeah, really.
All right, look. Hey, we're going to close this up, but look, I need some parting comments from you, Lindsey. For some reason, I want to. Lauren is in my head, but my mouth keeps saying Lindsey, so that's a good thing. And then we're going to close it out with some parting comments from you, James. So, Lindsey, I want you to take it away. Come on, talk to our viewers out there and get them in there so they can apply for some of these jobs. Come on.
All right. So, one, thank you guys so much for anybody that's watching, for listening. I really appreciate it. We want you to come out. If you've worked here before, listen, you left, you want to come back, you want to give it a shot, please do. We're trying to make getting in here and getting hired as easy as possible. So you can either text hire me to 33293, send that over, and someone will get back to you almost immediately to start talking about, your shift preferences and all of that good stuff. You can find us at ctbi.com or on Indeed. You can search us and apply for positions that way. Or every Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. and 2 p.m., you can come up here to the Coatesville facility. No need to schedule any appointment or anything. Just come on in, say you're here for an interview. We'll give you a tour of the facility. We'll give you a chance. We'll talk through, any questions you have. And, potentially you're walking out with an offer letter in hand, and starting that process so that we can get you started. We are really looking forward. I take so much pride in this community and as well as in Ctdi. So I really, really hope that, people come on out and we can, continue to add to our family here.
Good stuff. Quentin Brown, it's good to see you this evening. And we're going to take it away with none other than Mr. James Lowley. Come on, talk to us, James.
All right. Well, Fonz, again, always a pleasure being on your show. Lindsey, thank you again for joining us this evening. For the viewers out there, again, that the city of Coatesville, our city council members, as well as the residents, we are continuing to try to bring in the best from our local employers, not only just to kind of get people into the workforce, into the pipeline, but to also show that there are companies here willing to hire, willing to work with the city, whether it's transportation, the wages that are being offered, the training that is being offered. Fonz, you said it in one of the shows, like what else can we give you? There's so much that the companies are looking for, and just like people out there are looking to buy homes and things like that. Well, the interest rates are low. Well, look at these employment opportunities. The jobs are there. Take advantage of them. And if it's not a Urban Outfitters or Morgan Truck Company, maybe it's a Ctdi. You have to look. And I always tell this to people. Don't just look at the job that you are applying for. Look at the jobs that the company has to offer. Lindsey said it best. She said there are so many different jobs within the company. So get your foot in the door, and then once you get in there, start looking around. You know, some of you may want to be an engineer, you may want to be an architect, you may want to be a gamer, you may want to be in law or in the technology area. There are so many different avenues that you can really look into when you enter a company like Ctdi, and again, this is a great time to do it. So again, thank you, Fonz. Thank the viewers. You know, the city is behind anything workforce related, and that's going to make this city great. I'm not going to say great again, but it's going to make this city great, and we're very excited to have Ctdi be a part of that.
And also, so now I'm gonna give a picture for some of the things that our nonprofit is doing. With you getting these jobs, this helps you get into our first-time home buyers program. You need employment. You need a track record of working, paying some taxes. I mean, you got to do it. And for those of you who are always fearful of being moved out because of progress, well, this is how you stabilize yourself in this community, by being a homeowner. Can't nobody move you out when you buy a house, unless you sell out. You know what I mean? But can't nobody move you out. So look, take all this stuff into a complete package. Move up. Coatesville's rising, and I always have to give kudos to the city manager and city council, because this hasn't always been like this. Now, for those of us who have been complaining over the years, you have to admit there's a change that is happening. Be a part of the change, man, because it's happening right in front of our face. I know I'm about it. I will be a part of this change. I'm so glad to see what's going on. When I say Coatesville's rising, I seriously mean it. But this year's show today was brought to you by, here's a little advertisement, Penn Medicine and Chester County Hospital.
Hey,
Saturday, they will be having their first annual community empowerment run through the city of Coatesville. See, this is another thing I'm telling you. People are investing in the city. Now, you got to get off your laurels or whatever it is you're on and be a part of this. Leap for Coatesville. It's going to be a 2-mile walk, jog, or run tomorrow, leaving from 8th Avenue. I'm not gonna jog, walk, or I'm probably drive 2 miles, but that's besides the point. I'm gonna be out there taking pictures with my grandbaby and everything. These are some of the things that is happening in our community, man. Be a part of this thing. Be a part of the growth process. Renew your pride in the city. Be a part. Invest in the city. Stop knocking it, lift it up, and all kinds of stuff will come. So that's enough preaching for me. But look, I want to thank y'all for allowing me to spend a little time with you and sharing these opportunities with the community. Look, seriously, Coatesville. Now look, I'm from South Philly. Jobs just didn't come to South Philly and say, come on, man, I got a job for you. Just fill out this paperwork. It just never happened. I ain't saying it doesn't happen somewhere, but it hasn't happened here. People are actually pulling up to people's cribs almost and saying, hey, you want a job? I mean, come on. All you got to do is come down to Fifth Lincoln Highway, you can get a job. All you got to do is go to your internet and get a job. Come on. So with that being said, I just want to, like I always say, man, Coatesville is truly, truly rising. We are blessed for having the people that's in our city now. I want y'all to have a great night. Prayerfully, you'll get more than enough people applying for jobs there, Lindsey. And James, you keep doing what you're doing, man, because you are appreciated, man. We talk about you like a dog all the time, but we love you, man. So Coatesville's rising. Have a good night, and we'll talk soon. Peace out.
Thank you.
thanks,
All
Lindsey.
right.